Can I make a guess?
You may make a guess. How do you think we're starting this?
Are we meeting in a tavern?
Exactly. You all are inside a tavern. Right now, you are all inside the Weeping Snake Tavern. The sign outside has like a snake that's crying tears into a giant glass mug. So far as you know, each of you have been requested for a job, and you were told to meet here. And if you would like, I'm going to start off with Ivory. Ivory, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. My character is. Her name is Elaine Burrow. She is about 3 feet 8 inches tall. She has golden eyes, black, a piercing gaze, and very sharp. She has covered in feathers from head to toe.
You're going to probably want to up your microphone sensitivity. You keep cutting in and out, Ivory.
Oh, okay. Let me try again. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay. Should I repeat that whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my character's name is Elaine Burrow. She is an owlin. She is about 3 feet and 8 inches tall. She has golden eyes with black pupils and a piercing gaze. She has a sharp beak and sometimes a sharper tongue. And she's covered in feathers from head to toe. She does, of course, being an owlin, she does have some humanoid features like hands and feet. So that makes her life easier, but she still has the ability to fly. She is skilled with the bow, with the rapier, and with stealthy things. And yeah, she's pretty amazing.
Nice. Elaine, as you are currently at you're at the counter, the barkeep comes up to you and he just looks you up and down. We don't get very many owlin around these parts.
And I look up at the barkeep over the bar and I say, I would like some milk mixed by a rat.
Oh, okay. Well, give me a moment. It takes a bit for the rat to actually mix the milk well, so I'll be back with your drink in a bit.
Thank you kindly, sir.
And he goes back to, he takes his mug, starts polishing it, and walks away. And as you are waiting, we'll then go to Plum's character. Plum, if you would like to describe your character.
So my character is a half elf. If you can imagine the most stereotypical rogue look, that is my character. He
bags under the eyes.
Yep, he has the bags under the eyes. He has the daggers on his hip. The cloak over his head. Just your normal, edgy, I am the knight kind of character.
I am the knight.
So, yeah, he's about 5'11", 180 pounds ish. So he's on the thinner side. He has, so you notice that he has an amulet of the Moonweaver along his belt. He's very pale, like a palish white, kind of like that kind of gives away his elvish heritage because you can't see his ears. Yeah, and his hair. If you see any wisps of his hair, it's like a darker brown, and my eyes are hazel.
All right then. So
And
as
it's
you are sitting at, I assume, a table by yourself,
yes, in the back.
in the back, one of the barmaids walks over to you, and she looks at you and goes, "Well, what's wrong with you? Why you got such a sour disposition?"
This is just my resting face.
Oh, well, is there anything I can get you, resting face?
Yeah, I'd like a rare steak cooked well by a medium.
A rare steak cooked well by a medium. All right, I'll be back with your meal in a second, hun. And she kind of like saunters off. And finally, Blast, if you'd like to describe your character.
So my character is, he's a bugbear. He's kind of hulking a little bit, a little broad in the shoulders. He is dressed to the T. We're talking, he's got that nice suit, got some suspenders under the jacket, got a workman's cap on, just uptight. He looks real fine, okay? A little worse for wear, He not quite middle-aged, but definitely not young anymore. But he definitely looks older than he actually is. And he walks up to the bar.
Bartender he looked like he was fiddling with something behind the bar. If you'd like, you could roll, I'd say probably perception check to see if you could see what he was messing with.
That would be an 11.
An 11. You're not really sure. You think he's just getting some drinks for, for what he, as a bartender, would. And he turns around. He goes, "Oh, a bugbear. One of them goblin types, eh?"
One of them goblin type. Is that what you reducing me to? I'm a man of class, sir.
I can see that. You're dressed to the nines, maybe even the tens.
I do try.
Well, what can I get you?
Oh, oof. You know what? I want a block of cheese and make it wine.
Oh, well, we'll have to make the cow very upset first, but I will be back with your cheese in a moment.
And thank you kindly.
And as you guys are sitting there, waiting for your supposed meals, quote unquote, Elaine, I said that right?
Yes.
Okay. Elaine, a barmaid comes up to you and goes, "If you would please follow me."
Okay. I will go ahead and follow the barmaid, I guess.
So you follow this barmaid through some nice velvet curtains, down some stairs. You hear different talks of things going on. If you want to roll a perception, you can.
Okay.
As you are passing by different rooms on your way down.
Got a 21.
21. Okay. So as you are walking downstairs, you hear like some good things. Like you hear one guy going, "Hey, you did it! I knew you could do it. Now let's divide up the payment between yous and me." And the other guy goes, "That's right." And then in another room you hear, "All right, I told yous, if you don't want to be talking, we're gonna make it so you can't talk ever again." And you just hear a gag, just like very upset, like trying to speak out but can't. And eventually, you are led down a hallway that is dimly lit by torches into this room with a big spread table, a Goliath who is dressed like very extravagantly. He is very pimpish in nature. The best way to describe it. He has multiple rings on his hands. He's holding a cane. He has a top hat with the brim tilted up a bit. He's wearing a very nice, like, dark blue suit with a red tie. And he's sitting down, and there is a cloaked figure next to him. He goes, "Ah, Elaine. Please.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. I have heard many good things from other employers. Your dedication to the job is most admirable."
Well, when one's dedication is tied to one's life, I suppose one has no other choice.
Quite. And he like flashes a toothy grin at you. And he just gestures to any of the seats. They're very nice, like, cushioned chairs all around the table. And he kind of gestures to any one of them if you'd like to sit down.
Okay, I would like to sit down.
And you do so. And as you are getting prepared to sit down, he looks to you and he goes, "Just so you know, you are not the only one that I have enlisted for this endeavor."
That's perfect. I work best in a team.
Quite. So, as you are waiting, upstairs, Plum, your character, I can't remember his name, I'm sorry.
It's Falroth.
Falroth, as you are sitting, waiting for your steak, the barkeep himself comes up to you. Your steak is a little too dry to serve. If you'd like to follow me, I can show you some other foods we can give you.
I stand up and wait for him to lead the way.
Mm-hmm. He also takes you behind the nice velvet curtains, and as you walk down, you hear, more of the same. The Ivory's character. It's not very subtle down here. It's very just, deals are being made. It seems like a safe place for a lot of thieving types, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks to you, and as you get down to the last hallway, he just kind of gestures for you to go through the curtains.
Okay. I go through.
And you see the same thing that Elaine has seen. The very tall, he's very muscular, you notice. This Goliath. He's wearing a very nice suit. He's very muscular, and he has a cloaked figure next to him. He goes, Falroth. If you would like, you may take a seat.
Is there a corner to the room?
There is.
Like, behind the chairs and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. I prefer to stand, and I'm gonna go stand in the corner.
Fair enough. Also, Elaine, this is Falroth. Falroth, this is Lane. Elaine, you will two will be working together on this.
As long as she doesn't slow me down.
Nice to meet you, who too.
Between the two of you, you're also going to be working with one of my associates, and he points to the cloaked figure next to him. And one more person. Speaking of which, upstairs. Blast, I forgot your character's name too, I'm sorry.
Johnny.
Johnny the cleaner. So, Johnny, as you're waiting for... God damn it. As you're waiting for your order to arrive, a different barmaid comes up to you. She says, I know you're waiting for your cheese, but if you would like to follow me, we might be able to get you some wine, as it were.
You know, I think that'll do. I'll come with you.
And Johnny, you pass through the curtains as well. And as you head down the stairs into this dank and murky area, you definitely hear like a torture going on in a room. You know these sounds all too well.
Oh yeah.
And as you are escorted to the final hallway, she gestures her arm out to let you go through the curtain. She goes, "Bye, handsome," and she kind of winks and nods at you and walks away.
Goodbye indeed. And walk through the door.
As you walk through the curtains, you see the same large table, a map, some very nice chairs, the large Goliath, who you can only assume is your benefactor or employee in this, the cloaked figure, a figure standing in one of the corners who is somewhat obscured by the shadows, and a owlin who is sitting down.
So this is the team, huh? Hello, nice to formally meet you. I'm Johnny.
Johnny the cleaner.
That's right.
Your talents are pretty well known.
I work hard to keep it that way.
Alright then, if you all would like to look at this map, and I'll go over the details of this heist. But first, and he switches to Thieves' Cant, which you all know. And for the rest of this conversation, we'll be in Thieves' Cant. He starts going over. So, there's a keep on the other side of town. There's a stone wall around it. It has 4 towers connected to a main building. And on the 2nd floor, there is a vault with many rare magical artifacts and plenty of gold and platinum. And,
okay.
He's going to show you guys the map. It is big.
That is a building indeed.
Mm-hmm. So,
Are there any points of egress other than the front door?
that is where we have a person on the inside. One of the butlers is going to let you through the kitchen entrance on the back side of the building. It is the closest entrance to the staircase, in which you are going to make your way up the stairs to the second floor and enter the vault, upon which you can take anything you want from said vault, except there is a pristine white book that I would like. The contents are irrelevant to you. The reason is also irrelevant to you. However, any gold that you obtain is yours to keep. And he kind of like, adjusts his tie. I do not need for it.
And what does this job pay?
I am assured that there is over 10,000 gold alone in that vault, and there is also over 1,000 platinum in that vault. Like I've said, as much as you want from there is yours to keep.
Assurances are nice and well, but we do not know that that is there.
And he takes like a parchment and he throws it on the table, and it unravels, and it has it's a contract, and the ink that it is written in it starts to glow, and you may all roll Arcana with advantage. Okay, so Plum, whenever we roll twice, we always take the left roll when it's not at advantage. So you got a 19. Ivory...
But you said we had advantage.
Oh yeah, we did have advantage. Well, you would have gotten a 19 either way.
Yeah.
I'm used to the advantage box being the one that's split down the middle. But rolling twice is also valid. So... everyone passed this, and it makes sense.
No, I got a 4 because it hit 3 times for me.
Oh,
so I got a 4 and a 2.
You got a 4, so you wouldn't know this, and it kind of makes sense. You're not too. It's not super common for you to be in jobs of this nature, but for Elaine and Falrith, this is very common in your line of work. This is spell scribe paper written in magic ink. Basically, it's a spellbinding contract. If one person were to break or lie in said contract, they are dealt an amazing amount of damage. Most likely will kill you if you break this contract amount of damage. 12d10 amount of damage. So with this on the table, you two realize they wrote that is in the vault, and if it is a lie or if it is untrue, it would have killed them in that moment.
But like you just said, in that moment, when was this moment done, and could the gold have been moved since then?
This moment was done a month ago, and the gold has not moved. We've had eyes on that keep every day and every hour for the past month. The only thing that has changed is 2 more artifacts were added to the vault through a shipment, but that is all we know. But like I said, all I want is the white pristine book that is inside that vault. But hey, I appreciate you being careful.
Will there be many books to find in there that we might get confused about the book, or should we know the title of it?
There is no title on it, but he draws a very angelic symbol on it, and it's bound, and he describes it. It's bound in 2 leather straps going from top right corner to bottom left, and then top left to bottom right, with a huge buckle in the middle. And he draws an angelic looking symbol on it, and if you want to make a religion check, you may.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I had like a mini panic attack. I looked over at my voicemail and I thought I had like the squeaky voice on the whole time.
You did.
What? No. Okay. So Elaine, you know that this is a book that was transcribed by either the goddess of life or one of her servants. You're not really sure, but the symbol is definitely of a goddess of life.
Okay.
But he hands like the description and drawing to each of you, so that you have like a copy, including one to his associate. And finally, he just kind of looks at her and goes, "You know, you're allowed to take down the hood. You're working with them." And she kind of like begrudgingly lifts down her hood, and you see she is a full elf. She looks to be a wood elf. She has like pointed features. She looks to be mid-20s, but for elves, that's probably in the 300s. And you notice that like she has tattoos up and down like on her right arm. And she goes, "My name is Serenity, and I'll be accompanying you on this mission."
A pleasure to meet you.
I nod my head in acknowledgement.
So, sir, goes, "Right. So, as you can see, this here is the keep. Currently, your entry point is in the back right of the building. You could also enter through the front doors if you were so bold. That is up to you. There are 2 things that you must do to get into this building. The first thing, inside this building, entering from here, you will go through the kitchen, through the dining hall, to the main foyer. So he's gonna like get a like quill and ink.
Where is here?
You start here, if it would let me freaking draw it. Yes.
Do you see that, Plum?
Yep.
There we go. You will enter through here, going through the kitchen. You'll be going through the kitchen into the main foyer, and then you'll head up the stairs to the 2nd floor. Alternatively, if you would like, you could also go through here to this tower. The other rooms will either have servants, or there are many suits of armor in this building. Some may be magically enhanced, some may be just enchanted, others will just be lifeless suits of armor. Be on your guard. This room right here is the owner of this keep, Mr. Serene. No, Mr. Smorrison, sorry. Mr. Smorrison is going to be in his study for most of the night. Our insider is going to give him some tea that will help him rest for the evening. And he does air quotes with his fingers when he says rest. Now, from here, you will be on the second floor. And he unveils this to you. Now, there is an immediate entrance through this area. And in front of the entrance is the door. There is a large vault. It is locked. Normally, the vault opens at a specific time in the day, but for our purposes, we could either go at that time of the day when everyone's going to be around it, or we can go in the middle of the night and do another way to open this vault. You see, this is going to be the last one. On top of the keep, there is a caged orb. If you can interact with this orb, you could shut down the lock that has been placed upon the vault, at which point it will open freely. No picking, no sleight of hand, it just becomes a door at that point.
That seems easy enough.
Indeed. The cage does have a lock, and there are two keys. One you could go and get from Mr. Smorrison himself in his study, or the head butler, Reginald, will be walking around the manor. Try to be on your best stealth so he does not see you. He is an old war veteran, and he has been trained to be very deadly. It is in your best interest to either destroy the cage or to retrieve a key to unlock it. Once you have deactivated the orb, back on the second floor, the door will open. Once inside, get whatever it is you would wish to have, and then my associate will grab the book, at which point you may all leave in any order or fashion you would like, and the job will be done. There will be no words spoken of this job after the fact. Once you leave this room, I know none of you. I have never met you in my entire life, and I will be having alter memory to make sure that I corroborate that fact. So he's basically saying he's going to alter his own memory so he does not remember you guys after meeting you tonight.
Sounds like a deal. One question. How big did you say that cage was up top with the orb?
It is about in diameter speaking, it is 10 feet across in a perfect square, so a 5-foot radius.
So, and we just have to get in there and deactivate the orb, right?
Yes.
Easy
Our person
peasy.
on
We
the
got
inside
this.
has told us it is as easy as placing your hand upon said orb and willing it to unlock the door.
Can do.
So is the cage and orb on the roof, or is it just the third floor?
It is on the roof. The roof of the keep is an open air keep. Much like you would see in an old-timey castle, if that were to make sense to you. You could, theoretically, get to the top of the castle by other means if you could fly, but I would not recommend this unless you all can fly.
Seems easy enough.
If there is anything that you would like to do, if you have any other plans, by all means, you may discuss it amongst yourselves. My main thing is I want the book and nothing else. I've told you what I want. You, my partner right here, and he like puts a hand on Serenity's shoulder, will be getting the book, at which point she will leave, and thereby I will no longer have any ties to you. Serenity? Yes. You know what to do. And the Goliath stands up. He is a hulking man. He is like 8 foot, all muscle, blue suit, red tie. And he kind of just saunters out through another doorway with just red curtains. Upon which he's leaving, Serenity looks to you. Is there any way that you would want to do this heist? I'm open to any ideas. So, above game real quick. This is just, if you want to discuss how you want to get into this building and get the book or whatever treasures you want, go for it.
So, I may have a way to open the vault without having to go up to the orb.
I can I can get in the orb with no need for a key. I can just boom, in, out, off, done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Serenity looks to you, Falrith. She goes, the vault door in the entire room has been enchanted by anti-magic. No magical means can affect that door or room.
Then how does the orb affect it?
It is linked through many cables that surround the entire building. Basically, there's a lot of pipes that go from the orb to the actual door. And it's a bad idea if you actually just try and break the cables, because no one knows what would happen. Probably bad things.
So that's our escape plan, is what you're saying.
That is true. We don't know what would happen.
What is the surrounding area around the keep like? Is it on a cliff? Is it surrounded by forest?
It is actually surrounded by forest. It is a dirt road to this keep near the top of a hill. There are many forests and woodlands around the keep outer perimeter.
I think that one of the main things we needed to decide is how are we going to get that cage open? Are we going to break it open or get a key? And if we get a key, are we getting it from Reginald, who's supposedly very dangerous, or someone who may or may not be asleep in the study?
I can just get in there. We don't need a key. I can just get in there, no problem.
I feel like I could probably open the cage if I needed to as well.
Okay.
I feel morally obligated to show you. I don't typically do parlor tricks, but this is something I feel I need to show you, so you understand where I'm coming from. And I'm gonna manifest an echo of myself just on the other side of the room. So, it's a translucent, looks just like me, down to the clothes, the jacket, exactly. And I say, now look carefully. And I just switch spots with it instantaneously.
Elaine, where you were looking at the cleaner only a moment ago, now is a wispy, like, ethereal form of himself, and vice versa.
Elaine's feathers do that thing where they ruffle from head to toe in surprise. Like that cartoon thing of just like, zoop!
And, yeah, so I can get in there. This is no issue to me to getting in there. I will save some of my more, cleanery stuff to myself. You gotta keep some cards close to the chest. But yeah.
So my biggest question, we're doing this job, that's all well and dandy. If as much gold and platinum is in here that he says there is, how are we getting all of this out?
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. We only get paid as much as we can grab, right?
Sarai looks to you, yes, but there are some items that you will be given for this job. And on a table in the back corner of the room, she hands each of you a sending stone to remain in contact with each other for whatever reason, and each of you gets a bag of holding.
Well, that makes it easy then.
Quite.
Can I roll to see if this bag of holding has any other abilities other than just a bag of holding?
Sure, roll an Arcana check. Uh, 14. I would say that it is indeed a regular bag of holding. There's nothing extra about it. It seems very much inclined with whatever a bag of holding would do. You do realize, though, that there is a small, almost wispy aura around the mouth of the bag.
I would like to test the bag out, if that's okay.
How so?
I would like to take one of my gold pieces and put it in the bag.
Okay, you do so.
Now, I would like to see if I can retrieve said gold piece.
You do so. It is very
Okay.
easy for you to do.
Okay, I'm content.
All right.
Can I also test my bag of holding?
You may.
I would like to use a bonus action for my Eye of Detail to basically make an investigation check to basically look for clues on the bag of holding, and I want to see, like, A, is there anything already in this bag of holding?
Mm-hmm.
And B, do I notice anything weird about it?
Can you pull up your Eye of Detail?
So, Ivory, what you can do is if you click on anything like this, you can click on the Beyond 20, and it should show it in chat here. So,
okay, let me do that.
I did that as an example. But also, if you want to read what the Manifest Echo does, that's there.
Alright. Starting at 3rd level, you can use a bonus action to make a Wisdom Perception check to spot a hidden creature or object, to make an Intelligence check to uncover or decipher clues. So, would you like to roll an Intelligence, an investigation, to uncover clues about this bag of holding?
Yes.
Alright, you may do so.
That is a 23.
23. Also, if you can, call out your rolls for anyone who might be because this is going on the YouTube later. If someone wanted to just put this in the background while they worked on stuff.
Gotcha.
Yep. So 23. So Elaine, you notice this little wispy aura, like that's going like around the mouth of the bag, and based on just knowledge of bags of holding, where there have been like what has been known as a factory defect of not being able to put two bags of holding inside of each other. These bags have been enchanted to make it so any other bag of holding cannot be near the mouth of another bag of holding.
How near?
Like, it can't even get, like, there's like the aura is very concentrated around the direct mouth, but it seems to wisp out for like a good foot around it.
What would happen if it got close?
You don't know.
I don't know. Okay. That's interesting. And was there anything already in my bag of holding?
No, there was nothing in the bag of holding.
I was hoping for some free treasure.
Yep. Unfortunate. But, Elaine, you also know that, like, putting two bags of holding inside of each other usually makes a black hole. So that's why it's known as a magical defect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, they kind of.
So it's probably not smart to try it.
Yeah. This is a bag of holding like 1.5. This is the updated software.
I just had a thought.
Yeah.
And so, who discovered and like actually put this in the books that two black bags of holding creates a black hole? Because wouldn't that kill the person that discovered it?
It would, but the fact that a city... Actually, you could roll history on this one. I'll give you advantage just because it's very interesting.
And I'm like, a black hole would just kill everything.
Yep.
Depends on the size. That's a
nat 21.
Nat 20 for a total of 21. Damn. So, there used to be a city called Rockwell. It's not there anymore. It was a very magically inclined city. However, a tale as old as time, scientists and magicians thinking if they can do something, when really they should think if they should do something. As the city was completely wiped out, all that was left were two bags of holding adjacent to each other. Eventually, a lot of other magicians tried to do the same thing, but in pocket dimensions to see what would happen. And you know, your familiar goes to put the bag of holding inside of another bag of holding. Familiar dies immediately. You resummon it, and it says what happened.
Okay.
Not to go off too much on a tangent, but people have weaponized that
Yes.
by taking a portable hole and setting it up, and then taking a bag of holding, attaching it to an arrow, and shooting it through the portable hole will have the same effect.
Yep.
Not that I would ever do anything like that in one of Joey's campaigns.
No, totally. That's only... I'm just saying that it's a problem that people have done before, and so...
Well, no, like, I know, like, in D&D people have done it before, but I mean, like, in the lore of the world, how does this world know that two bags of holding does that? That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. That makes sense. But Serenity looks to you. So what do you all wish to do for our entry to get the key if we need it, which according to the cleaner, we might not, and then actually getting the door open.
Well,
What's everyone's specialty?
I'm very sneaky.
I'm very good at looking for details and clues and flying. And I'm also sneaky.
I clean. It's what I do. There's something were to happen, I take care of it. Serenity?
Serenity just looks to you all and says, I am very good at not only being sneaky myself, but making it so that others don't notice us. And you see she pulls out a very small flute.
Can I pull out my flute and see if it matches?
You may, but her flute seems to be very small. Like, smaller than a recorder almost.
So it's more like a piccolo then.
Yeah, it's much more like a piccolo.
Okay. Yeah, no, I actually have a flute as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Twinsies.
Yep. Let's see. Do I have? Okay. I'm also very good at getting information.
So I'm not the best at coming up with plans. I think we should go in, through the back door, up the stairs, turn off the orb, open the door, go in. Easy peasy.
May I make a small change to that?
Sure.
Well, you said stairs, but if we're going to be using the tower to get to the roof anyway, wouldn't it minimize the chances of people seeing us if we just use the tower to begin with and stick to that same tower to get all the way to the roof and then go back down to the vault?
Do you mean going out up the outside of the tower?
No, I mean, we were told when we enter the building, we can either use the stairs to get to the second floor or the tower.
I assumed it was stairs in the tower, but it could be like a ladder. But yeah,
Well,
I think the tower's the play.
Well,
I think
yes,
that's what we do.
It could be stairs in the tower, but what I'm saying is, it's one, instead of zigzagging back and forth, it's like one place going up and down, and it's less likely that people will see us.
Yeah, no, I was assuming the tower for going up.
Okay.
But
I just wanted to clarify, because
that's just my thoughts. I'm not a plan guy. I just kind of make sure stuff goes smoothly. You give me a plan, I make it happen. Do we have a plan guy here?
I'm not really much of a plan guy, as I scope the situation out and then come up with a plan on the spot kind of guy.
Serenity looks to you, Elaine. I'm much more of a, when things go wrong, I do my best to make them go right sort of person.
I like that mentality.
well,
I would just like to point out to everybody: if things go south, you will not see me. I will bounce.
That's more than fair, but if things start to go south, I will stop it from going south as fast as possible, or at the very least, open up a way for everyone else to get out. But if you all leave, I get all the treasure, because I will get in that vault.
Don't worry, I won't leave.
Quite.
So, does that make me the planner?
I guess technically, yeah. That would make you the planner. Good plan.
The only other question I have right now is, once you get that cage open, what is the plan for stopping the orb?
From what they said, we just gotta put our hand on it and will it to stop.
Wait, really?
Yeah, easy peasy. That's what they said. So that's all I'm gonna do. And if it doesn't work, I'll break it. We'll see what happens.
That was the information we were given.
Oh.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yes. I think I misunderstood the information, so. But other than that, I think we should do our best to avoid Reginald and Smorson and then the other question I have for Serenity is, when we get in, do you want us to focus on finding the book first and then look for treasures, or should we like split up, or should we like, how do you want to do that?
If at all possible, I would like to find the book as quickly as possible, and then at which point I will be leaving, and you all may take as much as you want from this vault.
I see.
And she looks directly at you, Elaine. Once I have the book, the job is done.
So
Getting out is our own responsibility.
Yes.
is the contract still sitting there?
Yes.
Is it fine if I investigate it?
You may.
I would like to look to see specifically if it says anything about any protections on like us actually getting out, because from what it sounds like to my character is worried about Serenity wanting to get to the book as fast as possible, leaving, triggering an alarm, and framing our characters.
Yeah. Welcome to Thieve Lives.
So that is what she's worried about right now. So she wants to look in the contract to see if there's anything that would protect them from that.
So, in the contract on the table, this contract was for the informant letting you guys know that the stuff is in the vault. The vault does have money and other magical artifacts. However, Serenity looks to you, and she sees you reading that, and she goes, "If you need any more dedication to this, I am willing to provide, to make sure that you all feel as though no betrayal will happen. Honor among thieves, as it were."
Isn't the saying there is no honor among thieves?
That is what the common folk like to believe. Remember, every job you meet people, and the wider your network grows, the more jobs you get. Killing off your partners is so cliche and last generation. Anymore, it's about working together and being even more successful in the long run. Plus, it's hard to get hired back on when everyone else in your previous team died for whatever reason.
Can I make an insight check to determine whether she is lying or trying to deceive us?
You may.
That's a 23.
Give me 1 second, my computer's being a little slow. My apologies. Okay. So, you insight her. She doesn't appear to be lying to you. It seems like the best case scenario for her is getting the book and leaving without causing a ruckus.
Okay. So, I guess my character will trust her instincts then of this insight check and decide to go through with this.
All right. She looks to you all. If you are prepared, we shall go under cover of night.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. Is there anywhere here that I can get any sleep or like sleep poison or anything like that?
There doesn't seem to be any poisons. This is a very barren and empty room besides like what was brought in.
But I mean in like town.
In town, well, considering you met, it was already evening and discussions did take a bit. It's more or less like a, we're probably going to go very soon before you can get that done type of thing.
Damn. Okay.
I do believe I ordered some cheese. Any chance I could get that before we go?
Right. And she just goes over to like this very metallic looking tube that goes to the ceiling. And she just goes, cheese to room 4, cheese to room 4. And she goes, and you just hear the barkeep from upstairs, all right, I'll be down in a moment. And you get your cheese.
Wonderful.
All right.
I think my character would like to look over kind of little stealthy look at Blast's character and then nervously shuffling in the seat with the feathers a little bit says sir?
Yeah? What can I do you for?
I hope you take this as a compliment. But you're huge.
Thank you. Runs in the family, you know. I love being a family man. I hope to get my own someday, but not in a position financially for that kind of thing, you know? Hopefully, though. We'll see.
can understand that. How's the cheese?
Oh, divine. Would you like a bite?
My character takes a tiny, tiny nibble off the end of your cheese.
It's probably the worst tasting cheese you've ever had.
It's not.
She goes, well, hoot, toot, and pinches her beak.
Oh,
I'll take that as a compliment.
Is this the same world as one of our other campaigns?
no.
Dang it. Okay. Well,
That's
that's
just like its own thing.
defeats, okay. That defeats part of my backstory. That's fine.
All right. Serenity looks to you all. Are you ready?
I am.
I'm ready.
Sure.
All right.